Court does call the case of the people versus Terrell Green.
Good morning, if you're Rachel McDuffie from People.
Good morning, Your Honor. Gloria Aki, Assistant Public Defender, with on behalf of Mr. Green, who's appearing via Zoom from Jackson County. Mr. Green, can you unmute yourself and state your name for the court?
Yes, Terrell Green.
Thank you, sir. All right, what are we doing?
Your Honor, I don't, is there an offer in the case?
Your Honor, so Ms. Yankee reached out to me yesterday. However, I just saw that Mr. Green has 2 unreviewed warrants in our system. So I'm going to need to get those reviewed and charged so that we can figure out any possible resolution of that.
In that case, Your Honor, Mr. Green.
You'll need to fill out a green sheet, but go ahead.
Yeah, he's in Jackson County until the 25th. So I know we are hoping to have these come in before then. I guess, Mr. Green, do you want to ask for an adjournment until the 17th, or do you want to just set it for exam?
I'm sorry, say that again.
I don't know that we ought to have that conversation out here. Mr. Green, when you get released on the 25th, are you then going to be out?
Yes, I believe so, yes.
Okay, so you're not going someplace else or anything like that. You'll be done.
Yes, I'll be done, yes.
All right, here's what I'm going to do then. Is it May 1?
Sorry.
May 1, isn't it?
Yes.
All right. I'll expect the green sheet, Ms. Yagi. I'm going to adjourn your probable cause conference to May 1st, 2025 at 9 a.m. or as your invite indicates. All right. We'll just do it that way. Fair enough? That work for you, Mr. Green?
Oh, yes, yes.
Okay.
Thank
All
you,
right.
Your Honor.
Bond will continue. Thank you. Court does call the case People versus James Sharp.
Good morning, Your Honor. Ashley Lonnie with People.
Good morning, Your Honor. James Blackfelski, appearing on behalf of James Sharp.
Mr. Sharp, can you state your name, please?
James Sharp.
Thank you.
Your Honor, I believe all of the discovery is in. I just received some yesterday, so I would be asking the court to set this for preliminary exam.
15. Yeah. All right. Would the people have their witnesses available to 15?
Your Honor, I don't believe that date will be able to be accommodated. Mr. Sharp is currently in Livingston County Jail and is also being held in a federal case. So we're going to need, so we're going to need a little bit of time to coordinate whether or not we'll be able to transport him in person for his preliminary examination.
No objection.
29th be enough time?
Work on it. Thank you so much.
Yeah, that should work for me as well, Judge.
Preliminary examination in person, April 29th, 2025, 9 a.m. before me. Bond will continue. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Sir.
Court does call the case of the People versus Stephen Smith.
Joseph Ignaldo People, Assistant Public Defender Jay Gallagher on behalf of Mr. Smith in all cases not ending in 5506, Your Honor.
James Blackfelski, appearing on behalf of Mr. Smith in 5506 case.
Okay.
And Your Honor, we're here for PCC today. I did request an adjournment on this case for a couple of weeks as I am pending approval with Monroe County Police with my client. It's a process that I'm going through currently. I expect to be approved hopefully in the next few days so I can talk to him. I would ask that Mr. Smith call my office tomorrow so I can have some preliminary conversation with him.
All right.
Your Honor, the same applies to me. I've been trying to coordinate a date to meet with Mr. Smith at the Monroe County Jail. It's harder than it is here, I'll just say that. So we're also asking for an adjournment on it.
You think 2 weeks is going to be enough, or?
Well, I think for purposes of, we're going to need a written order again anyway. Yeah, so I think for purposes of the writ, Your Honor, we'd probably be asking for 3 weeks.
Well, 2 weeks for the writ, but I'm thinking about you guys getting in to be able to talk to him. I can do the 17th or 24th. Pick a date.
24th works for me, Judge.
This is a green sheet for Mr. Blackfelski on your
All right. So, thank you. So I'll adjourn these matters to April 24th, 2025, 9 a.m.
And Mr. Smith, please call my office tomorrow.
Bond in all of these matters will continue.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Court calls case People versus Jacob Jackson.
Morning, Lord Yagan, Assistant Public Defender, with on behalf of Mr. Jackson, who appears to be. So, Mr. Jackson, could you state your name for the court?
Jacob Jackson.
All right, thank you.
Good morning, Your Honor. Assistant Attorney General Clarissa Williams, on behalf of the people.
All right, thank you.
Your Honor, I apologize. I'm gonna have to fill out a green sheet for this as well. I am asking for an adjournment. This was adjourned previously to follow up on the cash bail that Mr. Jackson paid in Ohio. I was able to get the case number verified with the clerk, but it was a surety bond, which complicates things because I'm not sure that that cash could possibly be applied to his balance. So I would ask for some.
Well, it can't be.
It can't.
Yeah.
That's what I thought, but regardless, I'm asking for some additional time for him to be able to make payments to come towards a resolution of this case.
Well, how much time are you looking at? I mean, I don't know.
We would ask, I mean, frankly, however much time the court's willing to give us, to be candid.
Without objection, April 24th, 2025, 9 a.m.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Bond continue. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Court calls case of the People versus Kyle Burmeister. Morning.
Good morning, Your Honor. James Bachowski, appearing on behalf of Mr. Burmeister. Your Honor, this is a case we've been working on a potential misdemeanor resolution with another pending misdemeanor case. It's come to my attention moments ago that there is a new felony being authorized, so we're gonna have a little more difficulty with that. Given that fact, I would still ask that this be adjourned, so at least you can see the whole landscape before any decisions.
Any objection?
No, Your Honor, that's correct. I believe Mr. Burmeister is going to be arranged there at 1 for an hour of December.
Got it. April 24th, 2025, 9 a.m. Bond continue.
Thank you.
Thank you. Court calls case People versus David Furman.
I'm here.
Go ahead, Madam Attorney General. You can put your appearance on.
Good morning, Your Honor. Assistant Attorney General Clarissa Williams, on behalf of the people.
And good morning, I would do this on behalf of David Furman.
Mr. Furman, you got a camera?
Yes, sir.
All right. State your name, please, sir.
David Lee Furman.
All right. What are we doing?
Yeah, there was an offer that was on the record last time, my client mailed a checkout and delivery date is April 4th. I'd be asking for an adjournment. This will be resolution.
The delivery date. I don't.
He was to pay for the extradition. And upon completion of that payment, the prosecutor was going to now they process that.
I'll just, April 24th, 2025, 9 a.m. and we'll figure it out. Okay. Bond continue.
Thank you.
Court does call the case of the People versus Derek Graham.
And then on behalf of the people,
Where'd he go? Mr. Goldstein. Your name, sir. Thank you.
Mr. Goldstein is on another call. He was wondering if the court may pass this matter.
We don't have much of a choice. You didn't want to tell, I know, you didn't want to tell me that. I'll pass it, take it back. Court calls the case of the people versus Joseph Wynn.
Lord Hackney, Assistant Public Defender, with and on behalf of Mr. Wynn. Mr. Wynn, can you state your name for the court?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, I didn't hear. State your name again, sir.
Joseph Wynn.
Thank you. Go ahead, Madam Attorney General.
And good morning, Your Honor. Assistant Attorney General Clarissa Williams on behalf of the people.
All right, what are we doing in this
Your
case?
Honor, this is another matter. Again, I apologize. I cannot fill out a green sheet, but I am asking for an adjournment. Mr. Wynn, this is a fairly recent case and he just got a new job. He's on payroll. So we're working towards resolution.
Okay, without objection, I'll adjourn this to the 24th, 2025, 9 a.m.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Bond continue. Court calls case of the people versus Daniel Greenwood. There you go.
Your Honor. James Vitfelski, on behalf of Mr. Greenwood, I'm standing in for Mr. Elman, who could not be.
And Your Honor, on this case, we did submit the petition for probation, and I believe, Mr. Green will be going into treatment, so we'll be filing now.
You're filing Nolly today. Any objection?
No objection.
All right. I'll indicate this case is dismissed. All right, thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Court calls case of the people versus Candace Holmes.
Joseph and Gomez people.
Your name?
Yeah, just home.
All right. Probable cause conference will be adjourned April 17th, 2025, 9 a.m. All right, thank you. Bond continue. Court calls case of the people versus Brendan Chrysler.
James Vitfelski, on behalf of Mr. Chrysler, who is approaching. Your Honor, in this case, my client just got out of treatment in the hospital. Two requests. I'm guessing the court will want him to test today. He has been basically indisposed and unable to test because of that. I'm asking for an adjournment to the 24th to review the file with my client. The good thing is his father is here. He's been very communicative with me. I have not been able to communicate with my client since he's been in treatment in the hospital. And I'll also note he is on probation in Allen Park. So to my understanding, they're also beginning drug and alcohol testing with him. There should be double sort of testing here to ensure that my client will be clean and sober aside from what he is prescribed.
Mr. Lundy.
Governor, does the court have a copy of the community corrections report from March 19th?
Yes, I do.
So according to that, it looks like the event precipitating the defendant being hospitalized was an overdose. And I'm not sure that we've had any tests from him at all. So I would request that he be tested today before he's allowed to leave and kind of go from there.
That's fine, Judge.
Where was he in treatment? Because I have no documentation about treatment either.
At the last PCC, I had a screenshot of a statement from one of the therapists there to verify that. I did not actually print it out. I can do that later, provide it to the court. That is where he was at treatment. And then he had a medical situation, went to what hospital did he go to? DMC. And I think he was just discharged in the day or two.
So if we test you today, you're going to test clean?
Yes, sir.
All right, we'll need an order. I need you to go over to community corrections. I'll pass this matter.
Thank you.
And then, pardon?
It'll include an ETG.
Yes.
Thank you.
Court calls the cases of the people versus Robert Lewis.
People.
All 7 cases. I think.
Sure. Assistant Public Defender Hannah Apple stating it for Mr. Future on behalf of Mr. Lewis.
Good morning, James Lefkowski, appearing on behalf of Mr. Lewis on the case ending in 1113.
Your name, sir?
Robert Van Lewis.
All right.
Your Honor, I did submit a green sheet. I'm asking for an adjournment for some continued negotiations.
I am as well for, to obtain discovery and review that with Mr. Lewis before we proceed.
All right.
Could have the 24th, that would be my request.
So what happens when people request dates? They don't get them. April 17th, he's in custody. 2025, 9 a.m.
Judge,
Thank you.
I do have a conflict with Delby and Lenawee County on another court matter, so
You mind your client being in another week, Miss Apple?
I'm sorry.
Your Honor, Mr. Future is the one that spoke to Mr. Lewis. So I would do that to him. I think that we could work something out regarding Mr. Lewis' appearance and do a step to adjourn.
17.
That'd be great. Thanks.
Court calls case people versus Julia Sosinski.
James
Lefkowski on behalf of Mr. Linsky, approaching. Your Honor, I'm asking for an adjournment. There is some outstanding discovery that Mr. Simpson was trying to obtain to get over to me. So I am requesting a 3-week adjournment.
What are you trying to get over to?
There's a supplemental discovery report discovery request, excuse me, counsel, that's over. One of my colleagues is emailed that this morning. Information I was given, just an opportunity to get that additional stuff.
April 24th, 2025, 9 a.m. Bond continued.
Thank you very much, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Court calls case people versus Christopher Willis.
Andrew Childers, on behalf of the people.
Thank you.
Time dates up for probably cost conference next week. For the work, so you wake up, circuit court, that's the waiver.
Sir, you're waiving your right to a preliminary examination?
Yeah.
You understand a preliminary examination is a proceeding where the people would have to show by probable cause that the offenses alleged were committed and that you committed them. You understand that? You understand you'll not have that hearing and that you'll proceed to circuit court for further resolution. People also waive their right.
Yes, sir.
Preliminary examination having been waived, defendants bound over to circuit court on both counts.
Your Honor, I acknowledge receipt of the information standing.
Defendant having waived formal reading, standing mute, court will enter a not guilty plea. Pretrial will be set for
April 16th at 1:30 before Judge Conlon.
April 16th, 2025, 1:30, Judge Conlon.
Your Honor, my name is John.
You may.
You're very familiar with this. I brought this up 2 other occasions. What has changed, I think you've spent next week or 2 in custody regarding his acknowledgement that he has to follow the rules. I'm asking that the court look on the witnesses. This allegations are 2 existing charges, and he has no contact with the mother of his children. And they're working on a housing situation. Need to find an appointment that's set for the end of April. The no contact individual is here today. She's really good.
Has she had talked to the prosecutor's office?
I did speak with her this morning, Your Honor.
All right.
I think with him spending time in jail, knowing that he had the order not to have contact, he had contact and was arrested. Based on that contact and brought before Your Honor, that the point forward that no contact order is lifted, he will abide by any other court order that the general content. Not to make light that he will violate the court orders.
I think that's a discussion.
Defendant's bond at a $10,000 personal recognizance bond. So we'll release him at this point. We'll indicate that we will add no non-consensual contact. You understand that, sir?
Yeah.
And I will delete the no contact provision.
Just to adjust, I don't believe a no go to.
I don't think that's what I was gonna ask. I don't think there is. Given the circumstances.
You only no go to was the all.
Right. So that no go to will stay in place. All right.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. And did you just fill out that form? Thanks. Court does call the case People versus Lawrence Buckner. Who just stepped out? Pardon? Approach on this matter?
No.
On, okay. State your name.
Lawrence is a family bug.
All right, go ahead, counsel. Mr. Johnson, go ahead.
Good morning, man. Please, this Honorable Court, Kareem Johnson, on behalf of Mr. Buckner.
All right, what are we doing on this case?
Yeah, and I have received all discovery and police reports with body camera. We're asking this matter be set for exam. However, Mr. Buckner has, I believe, 3 witnesses that I think we will want to ask the court to take testimony from at the exam. So I'm asking for some extra time to make sure I can get those witnesses subpoenaed to court.
Any objection to that? Nelson?
Your Honor, I don't object to the outbreak saying or to defense counsel's request. However, lead counsel is new on the case. He's not aware of something that requires the public defender up. Earlier this week, this defendant made threats to the witness at preliminary examination. And you charge,
Sir, you need to face me.
and you charge has been authorized against this defendant as a result of his conduct. And as a result of that, you charge being authorized to for requesting remand. We have previously advised the public defender's office.
Judge Graham Washington is in the office.
Your Honor.
Your Honor, this is, I'm
Sir, I will give you an opportunity to address the court, but you're not going to interrupt You're not going to interrupt anybody. You're interrupted. Yes.
This exam was held on Tuesday, and after the victim in the case had testified, Mr. Buckner, during a break in the exam, threatened her in the gallery, and we did end up charging him with threatening to injure a witness. And this is a victim that he was not supposed to have contact with, as she was a victim on the FA case. So in that sense, he had violated the bond by contacting her in court and also threatening her with criminal charges, which is why we would be asking for his bond to be revoked.
Sir, what did you want to tell me?
Sir.
Well, Mr. Buckner, I'd advise at this point you don't make any statements.
Mr. Johnson, I need to speak because if I don't speak, if the prosecutor said they want to lock me up in remand, it's up to Judge Simpson. So I have to present my portion of the truth. If I don't, I'm going to jail. Like, I have a family to support. Please, like, I am not guilty, and this is what I.
Well,
Okay, this is,
just-
okay, on Tuesday, I had a hearing for, a situation that I was allegedly accused of, right? During that hearing, it is my belief, so let me just say that, it is my belief that the coerced witness messed up the testimony. So they said that the witness said that I threatened her. I never threatened her. They said that, they went to the officers, they had stuff on body cam, sir. No, it wasn't that. If you go on body cam, I was talking to my aunt Sandra Lamont and my family member, my phone was on, and I was talking to them, and nothing out of my mouth said, I'm gonna threaten that lady, I'm gonna get that lady. They have been trying to, harass me and my family ever since that I got shot on Father's Day, and I didn't cooperate with the police investigation. I got shot 9 times and 1 time in the head. 2 days before all these incidents happened, please hear me out. Deputy Caruso from Washington County kept coming to my house saying, you need to testify on who shot you. You need to testify on who shot you. I said, Mr. Caruso, all I want to do is live my life. I got a family. I got my brothers here. I got people that I support. I don't want nobody getting killed. I died twice in my brother's arm. The next day, I got in an incident with my lady friend, and it went from a domestic violence to a stalking. Ypsilanti Police Officer Tyson came in to Washington County Jail the very night I was arrested, tried to read me a personal protection order. I said, I don't want to do it, and I didn't do anything wrong. The next day I woke up, I had stalking charge. That was dismissed. That was, the malicious prosecution is going on. Please hear me out. Then, Jacob Dillon came to my house, tried to run me over with a vehicle. I punched his window out. I go to jail for that at my home. Okay, then, so I come to court, and the prosecutors, Judge Rand Washington is the eyewitness. This same prosecutor, while he's in court on camera yesterday, sir, while he's on court on camera, just please hear me, said, Mr. Buckner, is threatening my witnesses in court. This is what this same prosecutor said. Judge Rand Washington said, no, he's not. Mr. Buckner is talking to me, and he's not threatening. See, they had already had it out.
Hold, stop. There was a video requested. Does the video show anything?
Yeah, I haven't had a chance to review it. I just got it this morning. But we were informed immediately after the threat occurred. I she informed our advocate, and then informed us that it had happened. And then she did a police report, and then we authorized the charges.
Your Honor,
Hey, just a second, Mr. Johnson. Has the complaint's been authorized? Has it been sworn to?
I don't think so yet. It was just authorized this morning at 8 a.m.
All right. Yes, Mr. Johnson, go ahead, sir.
Your Honor, this was not my case. This was the public defender's office's case. My case was dismissed prior to this case on Tuesday. I have no knowledge of this. I have no discovery on this. So I can't effectively address this and make sure my client gets his due process rights in terms of a bond revocation hearing. I understand that this may have just happened Tuesday and all the police reports and video camera have not been gathered. But I do think it is unfair to address this right now. Mr. Buckner has always showed up to court. He's always showed up to court timely. I think it's best for the attorney who was present at that hearing to handle this bond violation, especially if that case is still ongoing. I just can't effectively represent Mr. Buckner on a bond violation that I did not know was going to occur this morning right now, Your Honor.
Yeah. Mr. Brown, were you there on that?
I was not, Mr. Michael. First of all, one round that I was not there. Mr. Michael Gaddy was. I'm not sure is this being handled as a bond violation.
Well, they're asking for revocation of this bond because of new charges, I presume, and the nature of those new charges. So that's what they're asking for. I think a couple of things there, and I don't know what there was a request made for video from this courtroom of that day. We got time narrowed down. You need to take your hands out of your pocket. And the request was made. I checked with Judge Washington because she was the judge presiding as to whether or not she had any objection to that. She did not. We then, that was, I think, Byrne provided to the people in this case. They have not had an opportunity to review it.
So as it stands now, these allegations that they have filed, nothing's charged.
Well, no, it's basically charged. It's authorized at this point. It's just that it hasn't come through the system yet. Okay, so here's what I'm going to suggest, and it may not like it, but I think maybe this is the way to do it. The video, somebody from your office, Mr. Brown, was handling his exam, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
We just talked about it.
He didn't see anything. So what I would do, and I get Mr. Johnson's point, he's trying to do that. What I'm going to do is temporarily take the defendant into custody. I want that video provided to Mr. Buckner. Mr. Buckner. I don't know what's on the video. I did not view it myself. And then have counsel look at the video, and then I will myself look at it when I get a break to be able to do so, and then make a determination if based upon that, his bond in this case should be revoked. I think that's probably the fairest way that I can potentially do. Yes, sir.
Sir, I appreciate you first and foremost for this opportunity. Can I say just to the court that upon looking at the video, the prosecutor said that I want the whole court to hear it. I physically said that I was going to threaten and get this woman.
Sir, first of all, I don't want you saying anything about what's going to be that new case coming up. I don't want you to say anything. I'm not going to hear it because you're going to end up hurting yourself. What I have said is you will be going into custody. We will then, and I'm not saying even at this point, I'm going to keep you in custody. A video was requested. I'm going to give, the prosecutor's got to look at it. I'm going to give counsel that was handling it at that time an opportunity to look at it also. Mr. Brown has already indicated they spoke with your attorney at that hearing and he did not witness anything. And I don't know because I was not the judge presiding. So this is the best that I can do to try to figure it out, at least preliminarily.
Mr. Judge Simpson, I'm a very honorable person. I'm asking in all due respect. I'm not a flight risk, sir.
Sir, I'm not saying that you are.
My dog's in the car. Is there any way that I can call my brother so he can come?
Sir, I'm going to expedite it as best I can to make sure that I can look at it, get you recalled back up, and tell you what I'm going to do. But I think everybody has to look at it. Mr. Johnson's not here, so he can't himself look at it, but it affects his case. But the people that can look at it can do that and maybe get in touch with Mr. Johnson. I don't know, but I'm just saying that's the way I'm going to handle it at this juncture. All right?
You don't represent me. Okay. So the guy that represents me is Mr. Gotti. Mr. Gotti is the key factor in you being here.
Okay, look, Mr. Buckner, they'll be able to talk to you back there. But I'll pass the matter. Sir, you need to just quiet down, please.
The court is aware of all the sentence doing the video.
All right. And Mr. Brown's going away. Okay, thank you. Got it. They just took him. All right. Court does call the case. People versus Spencer Norton. They're all.
Morning, Judge Jeff Roman on behalf of Spencer Norton.
All right, what are we doing? And Norton,
Yes.
can you state your name, please?
Spencer Norton.
Thank you. What are we doing?
Yes, Judge, we're seeking an adjournment for an opportunity to review the discovery and work towards a resolution.
Without objection, probable cause, April 24th, 2025, 9 a.m. Bond continued.
Thank you, Judge. Have a great day.
Thank you. Court calls the case, People versus Anthony Taylor.
Good morning, Your Honor. David Kennedy, behalf of people.
James Beckles, on behalf of Mr. Taylor. Approaching. State your name for the record, please. Taylor. Your Honor, I just received late yesterday an additional video discovery that is important in this case. I'm asking for an adjournment so I can review that. I also review that with my client before we proceed.
Is this the only thing holding him?
I believe so, yes, Judge. It is a capital case, so I'm asking for the 24th because it's a case we really need to prepare well for.
But he's in custody. Again.
And have a conflict on the 17th.
I know, it was just a few minutes ago you told me that, but any response from people request for an
No,
adjournment?
Your Honor, there is additional video certified on camera. It's been counsel, it also needs to be sent to defense counsel. But other than that,
24th, 2025, 9 a.m. Bond continued.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Court calls the case, People versus Trayvon Addison.
Special line of people.
You're on behalf of Mr. Addison. Mr. Addison, say your name for the record.
there's Jay Addison.
Thank you.
Judge, we respectfully request that this matter be set for the examination.
All discovery is complete.
To our knowledge, Judge.
People have their witnesses available the 15th.
I will try that day, thank you.
Preliminary examination in person, April 15th, 2025, 9 a.m. before Judge Moore. Thank you. Bond continued. Court calls the case of the People versus Michael Colleton.
Public Defender Richard, is on behalf of Michael Collinson, who approaches. Mr. Collinson, please state your name for the record.
Good morning, I'm Scott Collins.
All right.
Your Honor, we're asking for an adjournment for a pre-discussion, and I would ask to address comments.
Of course you would. Probable cause conference will be adjourned April 17th, 2025, 9 a.m. as to bond.
Your Honor, we are asking for release to treatment in this case. Mr. Collinson is currently serving a 1-year sentence on a separate case that he has with you until next year. He really understands that his substance abuse problem has led him here. He wants to get help. He has been participating in the MAT program while in custody, but he also did pathways to recovery and done harm prior to being in custody.
Let me stop you. I'm not going to have a problem with release to custody. Has that been coordinated with the case he's under sentence?
No, I believe that Ms. Kearney has brought it up with you in the past, but it has not, you have not ordered release treatment on that case, but she will be asking the same.
Okay. So prepare an order that would encompass that. I'm not going to have a problem with release to treatment. But right now he's under sentence, so I could sign whatever I want on this case. He's still going to be held. So let's get both of those cases set for that. I'm not going to have a problem with that. If he got treatment. All right. Bond continue.
What was the new date, Your Honor? I'm sorry.
The 17th.
Thank you.
Court calls the case People versus Laura and Dia.
That's a lot of people.
Attention of the period, can you read on or Anthea approaching? Ms. Anthea, state your name for the record, please. Laura Anthea.
Thank you.
Does the question have a green form?
I don't have one. Did you do one? Or you just, no, you didn't. You didn't, did you do one and just left it there even though the case was called?
I'm sorry.
No, you're not. It's just kind of the way you roll. You want an adjournment?
Yes.
How long would you need?
I think 2 weeks should.
Probable cause conference, April 17th, 2025, 9 a.m. Bond continues. Thank you. Court does call the case, People versus Emily Bates.
Assistant Public Defender, Hannah Apple, attorney on behalf of Ms. Bates. Ms. Bates, will you please state your name for the record?
Emily Bates.
Karen, we're asking for an adjournment for continued negotiations.
Where do I have? Oh, you filled that. Okay. Whatever. Probable cause conference without objection, April 17th, 2025, 9 a.m. Bond continued. To the People versus Jacob Dorstein.
Assistant Public Defender Chelsea Burfield with Thorsten.
Jacob John Dorson.
Right.
We're asking to adjourn to give us time to create a mitigation report. I believe the turnaround time for that is about 6 weeks.
6 weeks?
I believe that's how social workers ask to speak with Mr. Brooks and get to know him.
Well, you need to tell your social workers they're gonna have to work fast.
I mean,
You want me to tell them?
Yes.
We can stay for a month if the board would prefer.
Probable cause conference, May 1st, 2025, 9 a.m. Bond continued. I mean, I'll talk to them. Just give me some names. I'm not shy. Court calls the case, People versus Leon Booker.
Dr. Long, you standing in for Alexander, the People.
Assistant Public Defender Jay Bellinger on behalf of Mr. Booker, who approaches. Mr. Booker, can you please state your name for the record?
Thank you.
Your Honor, we are asking to set something for a preliminary examination.
All right, and all discovery is complete.
Yes, Your Honor. To the best of my knowledge.
People had their witnesses available the 15th.
We'll try, Your Honor. Thank you.
Preliminary examination in person, April 15th, 2025, 9 a.m. before me. Bond will continue. Thank you. Court calls case of the People versus Devin, is it Gothard?
Entertaining for the people, Your Honor.
Now. We're asking for an adjournment. We have some additional investigation to conduct, and then I would ask to address Boston.
Probable cause conference will be adjourned without objection, April 17th, 2025, 9 a.m. as to bond.
Your Honor, we are asking for a reduction in bond and or a 10% option. Mr. Gothard does have employment at Bob Evans and Taylor. He does have stable housing in Romulus, which is design. He's asking for consideration for a home confinement tethered and a 10% option for reduction in bond.
All right. Response.
People be against any modifications on at this time, Your Honor. That does have a prior CSC second conviction from Oakland County.
From when? When was this prior? Thank you.
He's in this present case, he assaulted a victim when she was asleep, passed out at a friend's house. She had a stain hit done and the left report did indicate that it was the defendant's DNA. Also, Your Honor, while they were trying to locate the defendant, they learned that he told one person that he intended to travel to Kentucky, and told another person that he had intended to travel to Tennessee, and Your Honor, I need someone willing to go across the state of Ohio.
Anything else?
Your Honor, I think that home confinement tether would give the court the proper conditions for allowing him to be released, while he maintains no serious allegations. However, he's asking for an opportunity to be able to work with our investigator regarding this case from our custody.
Motion for bond reduction is denied. Bond will continue. Thank you. You need.
Yeah, because I.
Court calls case of the people versus Grace Brenner.
And then on behalf of Your Honor, Assistant Public Defender Hannah Apple, appearing on behalf of Ms. Brenner, who is here to be assumed. Ms. Brenner, will you please state your name for the record?
Good morning, Your Honor. My name is Grace Brenner.
Thank you.
They're asking for an adjournment. There may be some additional discovery that
Probable cause conference will be adjourned April 17th, 2025, 9 a.m. Bond continue.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Court calls the cases of the people versus Sean Charnley. 2, 3, 4, 5. All 5 cases. Clips. Oh, she's on that side. Okay, go ahead.
Council Bashir, on behalf of Judge Harley on the remaining matters.
On which case?
I believe it is 888 TFO. And then there's also a third attorney who did put her appearance on Tuesday.
There's a third attorney?
Yeah, the gentleman from Mr. Burgess's office. She's right there.
Okay, counsel? Are you from Mr. Burgess's office? It's okay. It's a shock. I know. I know. No, you were just nonchalantly going wherever.
I'm sorry. I was out. Oh, I'm so sorry.
No, you weren't. We watched you right there.
Yes.
Okay, but go ahead. No, it's okay.
I know. On behalf of Mr. Charlie, and I'm standing in for David Burgess with my client's permission. Is that correct, sir?
All right, Mr. Durkis, you're on which case? Well, actually not. Because I think Ms. Tieppo is supposed to actually be on that case. Because she's not been relieved by the court. Has anybody heard from her regarding Mr. Turner's cases? All right. What are we doing on all of these?
I can start on the 25F55553 and 24F21301. We're adjourning these matters. There's accomplishments identified in our office and we just draw.
Hold it. So that, seriously?
Okay.
So, right. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, well, I'll take that.
That's why Mr. Burgess kind of is here.
Okay, right. Then in that case, on the other matters that I'm representing Mr. Farley on, 04.
Is everybody asking for an adjournment?
No, these are different. So 0444 and 1611, Mr. Farley would like to demand hold.
All right, what are you doing on your cases?
On our cases, we were just appointed, so we are asking for an adjournment to request discovery.
All right. And Mr. Durkis, I've signed the order. What are you?
I have the written report. I'm asking for videos. They've not got those yet, so I'm asking for it.
All right. So which cases are you demanding exams on? He's got 5 here.
21F1.
Give me last 4 digits.
0444.
Okay.
1611.
So the other matters. I will adjourn. Well, let's do it this way. On case ending in 888, I will adjourn the probable cause conference in that case to April 24th, 2025 at 9 a.m. I will also set a show cause at that time for Attorney Tieppo for her failure to appear in this matter. His bond will continue in that case. In the other matters, the ones that Mr. Burgess has, I will adjourn those also to that same date of the 24th. Probable cause conference. 2025, 9 a.m. Bond will continue on those cases. That's, you're gonna need to do show cause on that. Okay, in the other matter, all discovery counsel, the other two matters, all discovery is complete.
Yeah.
People have their witnesses available the 15th.
That's fine. This is filing in 444 and filing in 641.
Yes, sir.
Yes, that's fine.
All right. Preliminary examination in person will be set for April 14th or April 15th, excuse me, 2025, 9 a.m. before Judge Moore. Bond and that will continue in those cases.
Your
All right.
Honor, Mr. Johnson already has a court hearing scheduled for that date. We would possibly-
Before whom? What time? So he wants a different day?
Would it be possible to schedule it 1 week out?
Well, we'll keep the date. You guys figure out what to do, or he can try to appear via do something. But I don't want to delay his preliminary. Then we're in agreement. All right, great. Thank you. Court calls the case. People versus Jeffrey McCulloch. Your name, sir? All right. What are we doing on this one?
Arrest, German. They said, Judge, I just served the court with a motion for bond reduction. Schedule it for a new date of April 10th. And that coincides with this other case that was adjourned as well. And that's not busy for this court.
I figured that. Did you provide a judge's copy of the motion?
I provided it to the clerk. That's a hand order.
Okay, yeah, okay. Well, that might get to me by the 10th. But he has another case set on the 10th.
That's correct.
All right. So probable cause in this matter will be set for April 10th, 2025. You got that? 9 a.m. or is it your invite indicates? And your motion is on this case or on the other case?
This case.
On this case. So actually what will happen is I'll set it at 3 p.m. And all his PCC as well as the motion will be heard at 3 p.m. on the 10th.
Okay. So
Okay. Thank you. Bond will continue at this time. Court calls case of the people versus Kyle Beckerman.
Andrew Phillips, turn on the application.
Review on the statement.
All right, thank you. What are we doing?
I'm not certain. I was just talking to
Yeah,
counsel.
I don't have enough time to make that.
Okay,
And you need to fill out a green sheet. You want it adjourned?
I'm sorry, I was just talking to council, so I need a minute just to fill out.
Okay, but you want it adjourned in any event.
Yeah, yes, Your Honor.
April 24th, 2025, 9 a.m. Just fill the green sheet out. We'll get it
Is
signed.
that what's in the state of
Is there?
No, but,
Is there a community corrections board with testing?
okay, hold on.
I'm sorry.
Well, there is an order. Right, and I have a progress report from his testing, because he's testing. Well, my question is, are you testing at Harbor Oaks Hospital?
I tested the first time and then I was admitted to the hospital.
Right.
When I was admitted to the hospital.
They did a test.
Yeah, and I had paperwork for all that.
No, I got it in front of one.
Okay.
All right. So there is an order in place that he should be testing with community corrections. All right, so that's the answer to that question. I can give you the 17th. Is that what you want?
That would be.
Okay. April 17th, 2025, 9 a.m. Bond continued.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Court calls case, People versus Haley Gregg.
Absolutely, the people.
Morning, Your Honor. Brian Boley on behalf of Mr. Gray. Your Honor, we're asking that this matter be set for an exam. My mental health.
Will people be ready by the 15th?
We'll do our best, Ron. Thank you.
Preliminary examination in person, April 15th, 2025, 9 a.m. That's before me.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. Bond continue. Court calls the case of the People versus Antoine Perry.
If you ever see the people.
All right. Your name?
Okay.
All right. And you're asking for an adjournment? All right. 17th work for you? April 17th, 2025, 9 a.m. Bond continue. Thank you. What are you? What, friends? What up? just checking. I don't know who you know. Court calls the case of People versus, is it Soloso Morales? I just put an O in. I put an extra syllable in.
Approaching to my right. Please state your name on the record. Oh, Your Honor, and that gives us information to practice under Michigan Rule 8.120 under WT.
Yeah, you were getting way ahead of yourself, huh? You just walked up like you. Not like she could play in the sandbox. She like owned it or something. Permission to practice is granted. So
Morales.
that was it. All right, what are we doing? You have. I see the forms. All right, in the case ending in 350, I have a plea form that indicates that the defendant will be pleading guilty to an added count 2 of stalking, the 1-year offense. Upon a successful plea to that charge, count 1 would be dismissed. In the other matter ending in 341, I have that same agreement, the 1 year offense of stalking. He'll plead guilty to that and count one would be dismissed. That is the court's full understanding of the. Has he signed advice right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Really? Oh, it's in one. Okay. No, she's on top of it today. What? Okay. May I have him sworn?
Raise your right hand. You solemnly swear to affirm the testimony about your truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes, sir.
State your name.
Celso Morales.
All right, sir, it is this court's understanding that you are going to be pleading guilty to 2 charges of stalking. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, both of those are misdemeanors punishable by up to 1 year incarceration, $1,000 fine plus court costs, or up to 5 years probation. You understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. You also understand, sir, that while I'm taking your plea, I would not be your sentencing judge, and you would be sentenced before Judge Barr in both of these matters in the 1482 District Court.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Understanding all of that, you still wish to plead guilty
Yes, Your Honor, I do.
to the charge of stalking as contained in case ending in 350. How do you plead?
Guilty.
To that same charge as contained in the case ending in 341. How do you plead?
Guilty as well.
You understand that by pleading guilty, you'll not have a trial of any kind.
Yes, Your Honor.
You signed an advice of rights form. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Any question regarding any of those rights?
No.
Please look at paragraph 5. Those are your rights which are part of a trial. You understand that by pleading guilty, you'll be giving up those rights as well as all the rights on that form.
Yes, Your Honor.
You understand you're giving up your right to appeal of rights.
Yes, Your Honor, I do.
Are you on probation or parole?
Not current.
Has anybody promised you anything other than what's been stated here today on the record to get you to plead?
No, Your Honor.
Anybody threaten you or coerce you in any way?
No, Your Honor.
You're doing this voluntarily
Yes, Your Honor.
of your own free will
Yes.
and because you believe that you're guilty of these offenses?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, starting in the case ending in 350. See if I can find my paperwork. Case ending in 350 on the date between March 11, 2025 and March 16, 2025. What did you do with reference to a Karis Poli that makes you think that you're guilty of this offense?
I violated my PPO.
All right, you had a PPO in place that you were to stay away from that person and not contact them?
Yes, Your Honor.
And you did contact them between those dates
Yes, Your Honor.
on one occasion or repeated occasions?
Repeated occasion.
All right. In the case ending in 341, on the date of March 22nd, 2025, what'd you do as a reference to a Karis Poli?
Same thing, repeated offense.
Okay, but that was on that same date. You violated the PPO
Yes, Your Honor.
of repeated contact to that individual?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Counsel, have I complied with the court rule and would it be proper to accept this defendant's plea?
People are satisfied, Your Honor.
Court will accept the defendant's pleas to count 2 in each case. Count 1 is dismissed. Pre-sentence investigation and report is ordered in both cases. Sentencing will occur
April 17th at 11 a.m. before Judge Barr.
April 17, 2025, 11 a.m. before Judge Barr. Bond will continue. I knew it. Go ahead.
Your Honor, Mr. Morales is a 23-year-old devoted father of 3. He is the sole provider for both his mother and his 3 children. He is actively working to better his life and enroll in school this summer to enhance his education and future job prospects. He acknowledges and completely regrets his violation of the PPO, and I believe it was just a misunderstanding between him and the complaining witness. There was no malicious intent in any way. If you were to look at those conversations.
Pardon? There was no.
Malicious intent for him to, like when he was sending those messages to the complaining witness, you would see that they were not out of goodwill. He didn't know that it was a violation, Your Honor, to message him, to message her if she reached out first. It was all miscommunication. It wasn't done to purposely violate his PPO. Mr. Morales now understands.
Did he have knowledge of the PPO?
But
Yeah,
he-
oh, okay.
I think he just misunderstood that even if she consents to it, it still would be a violation, but now he's fully aware of that, he does not plan on ever speaking to her again. He just wants to take care of his 2 children and be a better father and a son to his mother. He has a home to stay with his mother, and the remaining witness lives somewhere else.
So when the first set of incidents occurred, he thought that was consensual? That was a question.
Yes.
And so then when the second one occurred, he thought that that same thing was still okay after being contacted about the first one?
No, Your Honor, that's, this, if I may, if just.
Well, you got an attorney, so I don't know if you really want to talk, but go
Do
ahead.
you want me to remain silent?
No, Your Honor, I believe Mr. Morales, the first time it was, a misunderstanding is who reached out first. I don't believe that there was any contact on his end. The first time, second time there was, after the complaining witness did try to reach out, and he did reach out back.
Response from the people.
Your Honor, we'll leave it at the discretion of the court. But if you were to be released, we'd ask that you place on GPS tether, Your Honor.
And you understand, the PPO is still in place.
Yes, Your Honor.
And Mr. Morales expresses no intent to even think about this, Your Honor. Let alone try to reach out to her. He just-
Well, that's what I'm trying to figure out. After the first case comes up, didn't he have that same feeling?
They were both around, I believe, like a week apart.
Yeah, but wasn't he contacted in between that week by somebody saying you shouldn't do this?
And I think
Well, was he?
he was.
And then what happened with the second one? That's what my question is.
Then they proceeded to reach out to me.
And he didn't,
I didn't know that was.
So somebody told you, you had a PPO that told you shouldn't contact this person. You were in contact with this person. When you were in contact with this person the first time, somebody told you shouldn't be in contact with this person. And then they contacted you and you continued to contact them back because what?
I acknowledge that wholeheartedly, Your Honor. That was my mistake because it wasn't on them for me to be held responsible for what was in place for me. I do acknowledge that wholeheartedly that, may have crossed that line, and I don't plan on doing that again. I just want to put this.
How do you, okay, but you violated the PPO, which is a court order,
Yes, sir.
right?
Sure.
You were told after the first set of incidents not to contact this person. And then there was subsequent contact. So if I let you out now with that same admonition, how do I know that you're going to even follow the court's order?
I understand where this is going, Your Honor. I do.
No, you don't, but go ahead.
I don't, not all the way. It's my first time in, you know what I mean? I do wholeheartedly acknowledge that, though, that I wasn't in the right decision. And,
Your Honor, I have spoken with Mr. Morales in jail a few times over this past week, reminding him that if anything were to happen, he is not to ever contact her. And he has expressed true remorse for his actions, and they were a mistake. And I do believe Mr. Morales now understands his PPO and what that means. And
You didn't understand it before?
he did. when
I'm
he-
just trying to gain a full understanding of what's going on in his head. Because you're gonna tell me this, somebody told him once, then told him again, and we have the same behavior, and I'm trying to figure out if I let him out, how do I have any?
Mr. Morales had time to sit in jail the past few weeks and really reflect on the fact that his kids are more important than trying to be in contact with the complaining witness and being a son to his mom and a father to his 2 children who are 3 months and 2 years old.
There's an original order, which is an exclusion zone for the tether. But I don't know if that exclusion zone still applies. Yes. We've had a, quite frankly, rather extensive bench conference. My understanding is that the defendant has a DV before Judge Barr, which he's set to appear on today. That in that DV, his bond is denied. But the reason his bond is denied on that case is because of the aggravated stalking, which was the one charge in this case. Did I have that right? Right. Okay. So here's what I'm going to do and what I indicated counsel I'll do. I will hold the files. I will at this time, I will deny your request for any change in bond. If after that hearing before Judge Barr, since he won't be before Judge Barr in these cases till the 17th, if Judge Barr releases him on the other case, then I will reconsider my decision on this case and may release him. Okay?
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So at this time, his bond is continued. What time is his hearing before Judge Barr?
It's at 11 a.m. Your Honor.
13 minutes.
Can we hold these? Why? Court calls the case People versus Brandon Carter.
Mr. Carter, Your Honor, asking if you would call this matter at a later time. My client, he's en route. He doesn't-
Really?
He is not coming from. This is,
From where?
I think he's coming in from Detroit. When he called me, he had.
Ipsy. He's coming from Ipsy, isn't
Your
it?
Honor, only thing I tell you, he was at the airport. His probation officer drove him to the airport, got on the bus. He missed whatever that bus, the first bus was. So he's getting on the second bus and he is riding it. He's called me with his ETA or where he's at like multiple times today, trying to get there.
Didn't we do this last week?
Well,
With
Your
you?
Honor, last week, however, he was surprised by the request. This week he is getting here. He's just running behind, Your Honor. He'll be here, I promise. Well.
Okay, so if he's not, then I get to take you.
We.
You just didn't you weren't going to guarantee it to that extent, were you?
He will be here, Your Honor.
I know you promised.
I promise.
Yeah. Alan, what happens when I'm disappointed on my promises? Yeah.
So yes, Your Honor. He'll be here.
I'll pass it.
Thank you, Your Honor.
She's now going to pray he shows up. Court calls the case People versus Chancel Bray Page. Your name, sir?
Ready, Your Honor.
All right, go ahead, counsel.
And greetings, Your Honor. Emmett Greenwood on behalf of defendant P56556.
All right. What are we doing on this case today?
Your Honor, I'm respectfully asking that the PCC be closed and this matter be set for exam. If we could have April 15th, that would be perfect.
You know, when people ask me for dates, I sometimes just don't give them that date. But I will. Do people have their witnesses available on the 15th?
We will try our best. I'll leave it at that.
Preliminary examination in person will be set April 15th, 2025, 9 a.m. before Judge Moore. Bond will continue.
Judge Moore, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Ann.
Court calls case, People versus Andrew Castillo.
Still, who's moving to my right, standing director.
Thank you.
We're gonna adjourn this in order for Mr. Castillo to pay restitution. He has paid that, I've provided a receipt. I have prepared a knowledge process.
Any objection to that? So you're not gonna say anything? Okay, all right, I'm just checking. Case is dismissed. I'll sign that now when I get it. All right, thank you, sir. Mackey's like, yeah. Court calls case, People versus Sean Newcomb.
Assistant Public Defender, and Honorable. Please state your name for the record.
Thank you.
Kevin, we're asking for an adjournment, we need some additional time to some negotiation.
Why do I have two in here? Oh, I know why.
Mr. Feaster, I didn't realize.
Mr. Feaster started just doing stuff. All right. Probable cause conference, April 17, 2025. 9 a.m. Bond continued.
Thank you.
Thank you. Court calls case of the People versus Antoine Coleman.
People.
We're asking for an adjournment, Judge.
Probable cause conference, April 17, 2025, 9 a.m. Bond continued.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Coleman. Court calls case, People versus Michael. Is it Robert?
And then on behalf of people, Your Honor.
Right, lawyer, we have Mr. Robinson. Michael Robinson. Judge, I'm just asking for Michael Robinson.
Probable cause conference will be adjourned April 17, 2025, 9 a.m. Bond continued.
Thank you.
Court calls case of the People versus Shauna Colston.
That's a lot of people.
You're waiting on behalf of Colston. I have not had an opportunity, I've not been able to reach Ms. Colston to.
She's here.
Oh, yes, before today, we've been unsuccessful in being able to discuss the case, so I've submitted a read sheet, just to have a brief adjournment, just to be counsel.
Your name, ma'am?
Shauna Colston.
Probable cause conference without objection. I'll adjourn to April 17, 2025, 9 a.m. Bond continued. Court calls case, People versus Derek Graham.
And then on behalf of the Your Honor.
On behalf of the defendant, both matters.
All right. And what are we doing?
Sitting for exam, Your Honor. I have no objection that being said at the same time.
And all discovery is complete.
As far as I know, yes, Your Honor.
Would the people have their witnesses available on the 15th? Preliminary examination in person, April 15th, 2025, 9 a.m. That's before me in those matters. Bond will continue.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're on the stand. Yes. They don't have one. Okay, I'll call them up in a moment.
Okay, okay. Tell me.
I lost. Do they have anybody?
There's nobody right there, because we're down to just. We're down
Oh,
to just this one.
just that one.
Yeah, but there, I didn't call.
Court calls the case People versus Brendan Chrysler.
Pass along to people.
James Fidelsky on behalf of Mr. Chrysler. Your Honor.
Your name, sir?
Brendan Chrysler. I have on my client's computer, it says medical portal from Beaumont, prescriptions for Xanax and Suboxone. I've also got a bottle here that is the alprazolam, which should be the one that's showing up as the benzodiazepine. So these are two substances my client is prescribed, taking as prescribed. So I've asked the court to.
Have you shown the people that?
I just saw the bottle and I believe that that's what it says in this portal. Mr. Fidelsky is on the top. Yeah, I see it.
Okay.
And I'm familiar with both of those drugs, and I understand that they're both prescribed substances, can be prescribed substances. It also be illicit, but in this case, it looks like they are from.
And he has been in treatment, and Your Honor, I actually did have a.
How much in adjournment did you want?
3 weeks.
Probable cause conference, April 24th, 2025, 9 a.m. Bond continued.
And just so my client is clear, he has to continue a community correction, so I have him go back over there to set up the plan. Okay. Thank you very much, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you.
Thank you, your TV show.
Thank you for that, I guess. Wow. Well, no, what? Thank you. Oh, well, thanks. Appreciate it. You guys all knew I'm better looking in person. Wow. Court calls the case of People versus Elijah Kraft.
And then on behalf of the Assistant Public Defender, John Carey, Your Honor, on behalf of Mr. Elijah Kraft. Mr. Kraft, take your case.
Thank you.
Just, we're requesting the term.
April 24th, 2025, 9 a.m.
2, 3.
Can you what? That is 3 weeks.
That is 3 weeks.
That is 3 weeks. You can't count or?
You know, Judge,
I know. What? That was uncalled for? She can't count. I gave her 3 weeks and now she's yelling at me. Are you guys enjoying your conversation? Am I done?
Neither my client or myself, we date after the 24th that we can have. Sorry, Judge. I was doing so well today.
No, you weren't, but you were doing better than before. May 1st.
Thank you so much, Judge.
9 a.m. Bond continued. Thank you. Court does call the case of the People versus Nolan Crawford.
And I can Mr. Crawford with opening. We say the record.
Thank you.
Can we request for an adjournment?
Yes.
We're still waiting.
April 17th, 2025, 9 a.m. Bond will continue. Thank you. Court calls the case of the people versus Harold Dennis.
Joseph and other people.
Yes. Second, Mr. Jenna. We are simply asking for we are attempting to mitigate the circumstances. My client assured me that between Friday and Monday, what is being requested will be taken care of. Upon that, we'll get a good offer from the prosecutors in this matter. So we're going to ask for a 2-week adjournment, but hopefully by Monday, this will be resolved in positive fashion.
Without objection, April 17th, 2025, 9 a.m. Bond continued.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Court calls the case people versus Durantu Francis.
People. And this is difficult. We're going to try to prepare on behalf of my client who is on judge.
All right.
Durantu Francis.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome.
I don't know why it stopped. All right.
Since we are.
It's a much better conversation than I normally. Go ahead.
In
Yeah.
regards to the problem about conflict, we are asking for an adjournment as we are doing negotiations last time we were here. We submitted information to the court in regards to the tests that Ms. Francis had completed. And I would just essentially is what should we approach on the judge?
Yes. All right, what are we doing with the case itself? But as to the violation, I'm not going to find a violation with the information that I have. I will indicate that the defendant may be placed back on a sober link. We'll fill out a new order, she'll have to report over to community corrections within the next 24 hours.
Thank you, Your Honor. And we just requested an adjournment, Judge.
That's my understanding as well.
All right, and then I'll adjourn the hearing, the probable cause hearing to the 24th.
Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor.
That's the 20. You're welcome.
I can leave now?
Sure, bye.
Okay.
Yeah, is he here? Okay. Oh, she's not. Court calls the case people versus Brandon Carter.
Joseph and other people.
So recall.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Stephanie Ken on behalf of Mr. Carter. Mr. Carter. Mr. Carter.
Hold on. Is he here?
Your Honor, Mr. Carter is not present. It appears that I have broke my promise to the court.
I thought he was at St. Joe's driving past.
These are the text messages that I have been receiving from my client by and through. Can we get 30 minutes, Your Honor?
For what? Seriously? You want me to give you 30 minutes?
I want you to give.
No, I want you to think about what you're asking me.
I'm just asking for some,
Grace, I've already done that.
Grace.
Do
I understand the court's position, however.
I have no position yet.
I'm sorry, say it again.
Do you think he is on his way?
Your Honor, I have 3 pictures of him busing it in. I just can't figure out where he's at on the bus. I understand, Your Honor.
Understand what? I have not said anything.
There's some words being spoken silently.
Yeah, there's a lot of those. All right.
I'm going to give you a chance to redeem yourself.
Please. Your Honor.
So I'm gonna pass it for 30 minutes.
Thank you, Your Honor.
And if he doesn't show up, I'm taking your whole office in. So.
No pressure at all.
Court calls the case, People versus Stephen Kimura.
Stephanie Ken, on behalf of Mr. Kimura, Your Honor.
Oh, my goodness.
He's here.
Oh, are you sure?
I'm positive. I just had a full conversation with him about adjourning his case so we can seek a resolution.
Is he gonna join us?
Yes, Your Honor. I just asked you to bypass this case for just.
Another one?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court calls the case, People versus Latrice Lee. Is that yours too? No, it's gonna be Mr. Gaddy, because he's ready.
Absolutely.
Mike Gaddy is on behalf of Ms. Lee, observe my right, state your name, please.
Thank you. What are we doing?
Your Honor, I haven't had a chance, Your Honor, I haven't had a chance to discuss the matter with you. We are trying to resolve it. I'd ask the court for a brief adjournment so that we can continue talking about this case and we'll move it at the next GCC.
Probable cause conference will be adjourned to April 17th.
Thank you, Your Honor. And I'd ask the court if I can be heard on a bond condition.
Yes.
Currently, Ms. Lee is alcohol and drug testing. She is I'm not going to gild the lily. This case doesn't involve a high BAC. However, she has tested negative 6 times for any substances. We'd ask the court to discontinue with the drug testing.
Any response from the people?
Your Honor, can the court tell me what she's on, a scram or a silver link?
I have ETG testing for alcohol 2 times per week.
So I don't, if there is going to be an order for some sort of scram or silver link, I would be fine with discontinuing the testing, but unless there's going to be that entered, this is a high BAC OWYS count too.
We'll address it the next.
I think that you might want to. The motion is denied at this time. Court calls case, People versus Matthew Wright.
Joseph and Delano. Good afternoon, Your Honor. Edward Richardson.
Your name?
Matthew Wright.
All right, what are we doing? Discovery complete. People had their witnesses available the 15th.
We'll do our best, Your Honor.
Preliminary examination in person, April 15th, 2025, 9 a.m. Before me. Bond will continue.
My apologies, Your Honor. Just briefly, I do have a jury trial that is scheduled for 14th in the morning on that Monday.
For the 14th.
So I know this is on a Tuesday in the event that it's the pay.
Then you need to talk to the people and try to figure it out and get with my staff. Yeah. All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Court calls case of the People versus Ado, is it Maynard?
And is it on behalf of the people, Your Honor?
Brian Bullock, on behalf of Mr. Bader. Two.
Two. Gotcha.
Judge, we're asking for an exam.
All right. Discovery is complete.
Yeah, I believe.
People had their witnesses available the 15th.
We'll do our best, Your Honor.
All right. Preliminary examination in person, April 15th, 2025, 9 a.m. That's before Judge Moore. Bond will continue. Thank you. Thank you. Court calls the cases of the people versus Jeffrey Moore.
Mike Getty, Assistant Public Defender. I called in the hallway and in quarter my name, there is an explanation. The one, I'd ask.
Bench warrant will issue for defendant's failure to appear. Bond will be set in each case in the amount of 10,000 cash surety. Those warrants will issue immediately. Court calls case people versus Marco Nanny.
Judge.
Oh.
Joseph Minola, figure.
Oh.
Assistant Public Defender on behalf of Mr.
Well, good seeing you, Mr. Fisher. We missed you. That's probably not true, but okay.
I recently received an email from my office that Mr. Mandy is currently hospitalized.
Okay.
I just won't spill. I've requested
You are aware there's a violation.
It's not, Your Honor.
Council approach. Oh, got it. Okay. Okay, I see this and the information that Mr. Fisher you have. I'll grant an adjournment of probable cause, but just for 1 week to April 10th, 2025, 9 a.m. Bond continued.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Court does call the case of the people versus Matthew Olet.
Joseph Minola, people.
Stephanie County had Mr. Alexis hearing to my right. Mr. Lake, New York President, please state your name for the record.
I'm Matthew Love.
Thank you.
And Your Honor, we are going to request a determination of our discussion prosecutor's audit and hope to mitigate this down the deal. I would just ask for that to be here.
Probable cause conference will be adjourned April 17th, 2025, 9 a.m. Bond continued.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Thank you. Court calls the case people versus Antoine Patters.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Marie Tanhas, the prosecutor.
Well, welcome back.
Thank you, Your Honor. Happy to be here.
I'm back after lunch.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, but you notice I didn't say anything, right? Just saying.
This isn't Public Defender General, no, Mr. Patterson. Mr. Patterson, can you please state your name for the record?
Thank you. All right.
Your Honor, I have submitted further information for the prosecutor's consideration on offer. An offer has been previously made. We're attempting to negotiate further. I'm asking for 2 weeks in order to accomplish.
Any objection from the people? Probable cause conference, April 17th, 2025, 9 a.m. Bond continued. Thank you. Court calls case people versus Jack Ritchie.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Jenny, on behalf of the people, Assistant Public Defender General, on behalf of Mr. Ritchie, approaches. Mr. Ritchie, can you please state your name for the record? Jack Ritchie.
You're requesting an adjournment.
We are, Your Honor. We are, after further communication with the prosecution, we're requesting 30 days. My understanding is that more evidence is coming, and I also need the opportunity to talk to my client now that I have communication. That's correct, Your Honor. Waiting for a phone docs.
Got it. Probable cause conference, May 1st, 2025, 9 a.m. Bond continued.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Have a good day.
That's it?
Yeah.
Hey, you have a good day too. Court calls the case, People versus Justin Robinson.
Right, well, let me help with Robinson. Your Honor, we're asking for adjournment, further, do some further investigation related to the case and have further discussion.
Probable cause conference, April 24th, 2025, 9 a.m. bond continued.
Thanks, sir.
Thank you. Carolina Blue. Court calls the case, People versus Romeo Serba.
Awesome. Shearer here with on behalf of Mr. Bob.
Romeo Fairlawn.
Go ahead. You're requesting an adjournment.
Yes, we're completing mitigation report, request 3 to 4 weeks, if 4 weeks is possible.
No. Probable cause conference, April 24th, 2025, 9 a.m. bond continued. Thank you. Court calls the case of the People versus Julian Tabron.
Right, well, we're gonna be here. Should get presidency. You state your name for the record, sir?
Mr. Tabron, can you state your name? He's got a bad connection, but I do see him.
Julian Tabron.
Heard him.
You did, okay. We're just asking this matter to be set for an exam.
Discovery is complete.
It is.
People have their witnesses available the 15th.
Thank you.
Preliminary examination in person, April 15th, 2025, 9 a.m. That is before me. That's in person. Bond continued. Court calls the case, People versus Carl Tesson.
Brian, on behalf of Mr. Justin. Your Honor, we made a referral to the PD office, the Division of Health Services Provision to Mr. Tesson. Just kind of waiting for that to move a little forward, further along in the process. So I just asked for the probable cause.
May 1st, 2025, 9 a.m. That objection, bond continued.
Thank you.
Court calls the case of the People versus Louis Feraldi.
Andrew Childers appearing on behalf of the people.
Awesome. Shearer here on behalf of Ms. Baraldi, who's appearing on Zoom.
Sir, can you please state your name?
Louis Feraldi.
All right, what are we doing? You're looking for an adjournment?
Yes, Your Honor.
You don't have a reason on here.
Apologies. The reason for the adjournment is complete mitigation report for.
Probable cause conference to that objection, April 24th, 2025, 9 a.m. bond continued.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Court calls case, People versus Vershawn Vincent.
People.
Feel like cannon.
Covered this case with this apple. I thought he was gonna be here, and I was gonna ask for an adjournment. I do not know why he's not present. I would still request adjournment.
My notice of the case does appear on March the 13th, conventional issue, that get recall.
I think that's happened. That's how that happened. And now he's not here again. Bench warrant will issue for defendant failure to appear, bond 10,000. Cash surety. Warrant will issue immediately.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. Court does call the case of the people versus Markeith Washington.
And this is on behalf of the people, Your Honor.
Ready, Judge, for show please, the assistant public defender of that, Mr. Washington.
Sorry, Your Honor, about
No.
my name, Marquis Washington.
Thank you.
Your Honor, this I carry out a move case. My understanding is all discrepancy has been complete, and
People have their witnesses available the 15th.
We'll do our best, Your Honor.
Preliminary examination in person, April 15th, 2025, 9 a.m. That is before Judge Moore. Bond will continue.
Thank you so very much.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Your Honor, that next case refers to Spanish interpreter.
Okay.
Good afternoon, Mariana. You're in front of the Honorable Judge Simpson out of 14th District Court, Washington County, State of Michigan. We need your assistance with one matter this afternoon. Our number is 1423.
Thank you for that.
Thank you. When you're ready, can you please turn on your camera and raise your right hand to be sworn?
I'm ready.
I need a camera.
We need your camera on, ma'am.
Yes, I'm so sorry. Give me a second.
It's okay.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you very much. Do you solemnly swear or affirm that you'll interpret accurately, completely, and impartially, using your best skill and judgment, and to translate from English into Spanish and from Spanish into English in the manner now before the court to help you God?
Yes, I do.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Good afternoon, Madam Interpreter.
Good afternoon, Your Honor.
Court does call the case of the people of the state of Michigan versus Sergio Romero.
Se inicia la sesión del Estado de Michigan versus Sergio Romero.
Prosecutor Rachel McDuffie for the people.
Were you able to pick that up, Madam Interpreter?
I'm so sorry. If you can please repeat. The voice
Yes,
is kind
it
of
was
far.
It was prosecutor Rachel McDuffie for the people.
La abogada Rachel McDuffie representando a las personas.
Chelsea Virgil with and on behalf of Sergio Romero.
Tenemos presente a Sergio Romero.
State your name, please.
She's not picking it up. Could you state your name, please, sir?
Por favor, puede dar su nombre.
Sergio Salazar Romero.
Okay, yeah.
Your Honor, we are asking to adjourn this to continue a plea discussion.
I'm so sorry. The voice is very far. Can you please repeat?
Yes, they're asking to adjourn the matter to continue plea discussions.
Están pidiendo que se levante la sesión para terminar las conversaciones.
Ms. Virgil, I think also mentioned offline about an immigration attorney. I just wanted to.
Just no. Council approach.
Vamos a levantar la sesión por este tema.
May 1st, 2025, 9 a.m.
Hasta el día 1 de mayo del 2025 a las 9 de la mañana.
Bond will continue. Thank you.
Ahí continuamos. Gracias.
Thank you, Madam Interpreter. Do appreciate your help.
My pleasure. Thank you for using our services. Have a great day.
You too.
Thank you.
Ms. Cannon,
Yes, yes, yes.
I am once again out of cases.
You can call both cases, Your Honor, and you will not be disappointed.
And you believe her?
Holly came to work today, I have faith.
Alan, you believe it? I'm not calling him. No. Court calls the case People versus Stephen Cremora.
Stephanie Cannon, who's appearing to my right. When you are present, please state your name for the record. Your Honor, we are asking for a two-week adjournment. I would like to use some negotiation on behalf of my client. That's no objection.
That objection, probable cause, April 17th, 2024, 9 a.m. Or as your invite indicates, bond will continue. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Wow. Court calls the case of the People versus Brandon Carter.
Mr. Carter.
Joseph.
Mr. Carter, could you state your name for the court?
Wow.
And Your Honor,
I now believe in miracles.
I'm so happy about this.
No, you made it. That was good.
Your Honor, I do believe I do need to make a request for the bench warrant to be getting the court received information if it hasn't already. He was in bench warrant status from being housed in Cole County, and I do believe the court was informed of that, and I'm just asking for if it has not already.
In both matters, all we called the bench warrants.
Thank you, Your Honor. With that bench warrant recall, I am asking for a adjournment in this matter. I believe I did email regarding some discovery that's outstanding and missing. I'd like to have that prior to setting this for a preliminary exam.
In regards to the discovery issue, I had emailed defense counsel regarding this. The report that was requested was provided in February. A video link was provided in March. Is this the same case? Okay, so even if that is a new item, I have no objection.
2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago.
That'll work. Probable cause conference, April 17th, 2025, 9 a.m. Bond continue, or bond will be reinstate the previous bond and its conditions.
Your Honor, my client lives in Detroit. Good job. Good job. As the court is aware, my client, he has to, the type of bus he rides, it's not direct, so he has to get to the airport to get a bus ride here. 3 buses. He says he has to take 3 buses to get here, which he can't do. But Your Honor, and I know that 9 a.m. versus 12:30 is a thing. 12:30 would work for us a little bit better than 9, and I'm just asking for some judgment knowing that he has to catch the bus up.
In terms of timing?
Yes.
You may want to contact Ms. Weidling shortly before that date. We'll make a note of it.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.